G'day guys, Calvin, Coaching Company in New Zealand. We're going to haul the engine out of this black truck. We're going to get its pants off it. We're going to see why it doesn't turn over. When these things are installed, you can see things like this happen. There's a wire here. Well, I'm just going to install a plug in it. There's no way of unplugging that from the loom. It was the same as the taco wire. There were some igniter wires here somewhere. Here they are. And it had a crimp joiner instead of a plug. So that could have had a plug on it. I forgot that this bottom hose right here actually goes around the steering, which isn't a very clever idea. I wonder if that's been touching. And I always get a bit worried about wiring into the cabin. You can see over here we have got some connectors, but again, that one's hardwired in somewhere. We'll decipher that. In the cabin, we've actually got this big multi-plug, but then look at this. Oh, going off. Oh, there it is. Again, we're going to have to install a plug. He's using the glove box. I'm going to get that glove box out and see what we can find in here. Get this thing unplugged. Get this engine out. Just ugliness. And I got a helper. And cows. They're going to watch us. We've got an audience of cows. There doesn't seem to be any wires going to the gearbox, so there's exhaust.
Yep.
Which has got flanges, hopefully they come off. I'll do the glove box, you do the top, I'll do the bottom bell housing bolts. You've got to make sure you put oodles of silicone on the oil filter housing like that, like heaps of it, so it oozes out. I wonder if we're going to find a bit of silicone through it somewhere that's locked it up or stopped the oil flow.
What actually happened to this?
So this one came in because it was on the starter, it was in click, 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 click. So I thought it's a starter motor. Oh. Turns out that the crankshaft does not rotate.
Oh yeah.
The heads turn. But
oh yeah.
So the cams turn. Crankshaft, not so much.
Cool.
Not just it doesn't, you know, it goes a little one way and stops. It doesn't. You're undoing the tough stuff on the top. I'll undo the stuff on the bottom in the glove box. We'll get the tractor and hook it out.
Yep.
Cool. Get in there, boy.
Got it.
You got it.
Got it.
Is that the starter motor?
No, that's the bell housing bolts. Wiring. See, the wiring loom was actually the wiring inside was pretty good. It was only, but there's still I found one connector in it that actually had a connector for the check engine light. Otherwise I had to cut a few. Same as over the other side, I had to cut some stuff to get the wiring out. The exhaust looks like someone knew what they were doing. It looked really good. Someone did a lovely job cutting the hole in the firewall.
Cut her off, Poppy. Cut her off, Poppy. Cut her off, girl.
So they did such a crappy hole, cutting a hole in the firewall. It even cut me too. Took some skin off. That's blanked off. No oil level sensor because this was a Crown engine.
Yep.
We've got the Crown loom. You see these got the extra plugs on it. So that's the Celsius would have a 26 pin white plug and another extra little plug. Well, that's Crown, but it had a Celsius ECU plugged into it. But it had this is a Crown 151 Crown non-VVTi, but it had 131 Crown manifolds.
Fuck, I wasn't expecting that. Look at this.
With extra bits welded on, and getting it out was kind of tricky because of this bit. There's a slave cylinder catching on our slave cylinder. Yeah, not like your one that you had to pull apart last time and cut off.
I just seen all the rust on there. I just felt it moving. I was like, oh yeah, this might come off.
Engine mount's fairly simple. Hilux mounts. Leaking dipstick. O-ring. Just little stuff.
Yeah.
It actually looks pretty clean and tidy, eh? Considering it doesn't turn over.
The engine can look $1,000,000, but it's no use if it doesn't rotate.
The power steer pump turns.
Yeah, power steer pump turns.
Heads turn.
It's got good cam pulleys.
Right. Let's get it to bits, eh?
Oh my god.
We'll get... Or are you done for the day? I thought we'll might as well hook it to bits, put some stuff on it, get it on an engine stand, we'll get it flipped. You can give me a hand and see what's up in there. See why the bottom don't go roundy-roundies. Stop.
Bean. Nah, main. Nah, it wouldn't be a main, surely.
It's locked up on a big end.
Yeah.
It's going to have a blue big end in it.
Yeah. Mains don't normally give that much trouble on these days.
One of the big ends is going to be bright blue. My guess. And because the oil's clean.
There's no movement in it at all.
Nothing.
It's like...
Nothing.
Nope.
Well, we could turn it over, see if it turns over now. What did I tell you?
Don't go roundy.
It don't go roundy, brother. You know what's wrong with my theory of a blue rod? The oil is spotless. There's no chunky bits. There's no metal flakes. And if a rod went blue, it had metal flakes.
Oh yeah.
Apparently it just stops, so that doesn't make sense to, breaking a rod and bending it around the crankshaft.
So the oil was completely clean.
Yeah. When it came out, when it was drained, it actually had some colour to it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't fresh.
Yeah.
But it wasn't overburnt, and it wasn't full of metal.
No.
Unless the metal's hiding in the bottom. Got a couple of heat spots there.
Do you want to take?
Oh, yuck.
What?
That's a horrible flywheel.
Yeah. I thought, what the hell kind of a flywheel was that?
Yeah, it's pretty ugly, eh? Not pretty. Not pretty at all. Oh, right. Look at that. So you've got a flywheel and a flex plate. Yeah. I'm actually wondering if this is a kit out of Australia. And look, it's got and all the spacers behind it. So it's got both spacers, and then it's got a flex plate
And the flywheel.
and a flywheel. That's yucky, eh?
What do you know?
That's not nice at all.
No, that's a setup, isn't it? Does it run the knock sensors?
Yeah, it's standard computer.
Oh yeah.
Do we just... I'll just let it down, pull a pin.
Yep.
Whatever that is, it is disgusting, eh? I wonder how long that's been in there.
Oh, it's strawberry primo.
Where the shit... Ooh.
Take it. Thanks. Needed one of these.
That is disgusting, eh? What is that?
Friggin'.
It's got to be stop leak. Is it stop leak and pink antifreeze?
Yeah, it must be. Oh, yeah. That's awesome, eh?
It's not normal anyway.
No.
That red shit is whatever that's iron. Maybe it's iron tight.
What?
Maybe whatever that pink stuff is.
That came just straight out of the head, eh?
But it had water leak into the valley. Water that, whatever that was, leaked in the valley, and if it's evaporated the water off and left the chemical behind, it might be iron tight.
Oh. Mystery fluid. She's pooed. Well and truly pooed.
What have you been doing? You go in the back and have a wank.
Yeah.
Well, I parked the tractor up. You had to undo a few bolts. Holy jeez. Hey, oh, let's see what's in here.
Donk.
What have we got in there?
1 inch stroke.
Wicked.
That does look kind of fresh, eh? It's quite.
That is fresh poo.
Yeah.
That's been off a little recently, a little while ago. Did it have a broken one or not? Is it just silicone?
No, I think that's just silicone.
Alright, yep.
I didn't
Right,
notice.
let's get the next bit off. So it's certainly not clean in there, is it? There's still no bits of rod. There's nothing weird though. No explanation yet.
It's dry, eh?
You in there yet? Got it off yet? I'll undo all the bolts, eh? Just to help you out.
Oh yeah, I thought that, yeah.
Oh, look. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
there it is.
There we go. That's it.
That's the one.
That's done it. Bent. There it is. I love how we saw that both at the same time, eh? She's squiggly.
It may have it's like a spiral rod, got a bend in it.
Yes.
It's got the bent rod, and the bent rod. Oh, I know what's happened. Fuck, I got it. I got it.
What's happened?
What's happened? What have we got? We've got an engine that's got a sealant of some sort in the cooling system.
Yeah.
She's turned it off.
Yeah.
She's gone to start it.
Yeah.
It's been leaking through the head gasket. It's leaked
Oh,
into that
no,
cylinder.
it's hydraulic it.
And it's hydraulic it.
Yeah.
So it's come down and smacked. Is that the only one?
I thought that one there might have. Is that one there squiggly? That one there? Is that one? Or is that much my eyes?
I don't know. I think that might be your eyes, but if we couldn't, it wouldn't have mattered because we can't turn it over, so we couldn't have checked heights. So we might as well hook the heads off it. And
That's cool, eh? Bendy, bendy.
bendy.
They don't come factory like that, I'll tell you.
Nah. She's a banana, man.
Just take that one side head off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
one
just
side.
replace
Yeah,
that, and just replace that one.
Yeah. How often have we seen that done though?
Oh.
You know, they do one side. What's the point?
It's terrible, eh? That was classic, eh? Both saw it at the same time. There we are.
Yeah, I reckon it's had the big hydraulic. So if we pull the heads off,
Yeah.
we should see a clean piston. We should be seeing signs of leakage on the head gasket. I think we might as well just put the heads off because it's cams out and heads off, and then we'll call it a day. I'll leave it for Jace tomorrow, this week. Hey Jace, here's an engine, sort it.
Oh, Trey's falling over.
Yeah, it's trace follow. I think it's going to be a new block, actually, this one. I think it's going to be just simpler, easier to get it just a new block. It's not going to take as much to hook the heads off it.
Yeah. Right.
Ready? I probably should get a bolt for a save. Ready? I'm not doing anything yet. Yep. Oh, that's a lot of oil, eh?
Yeah, there's a fair bit of oil in there.
Good to go.
Oh, there we go. She's going. So, iron tied.
Is this like deja vu for you? We keep stripping engines when you turn up.
I know.
You turn up, we strip an engine.
It's awesome, eh?
This is not your own this time.
Yeah. Actually, we're doing the reverse.
What's interesting on this too is that crossover
Yep.
is the same as an early crossover. So UCF20s have
Are
got
the ports in different spots?
the mounting points and the heater pipe is different on a UCF20. That's why I know this isn't a UCF20 engine.
Oh.
Until someone kicks it. Man. Yeah, I know it's not a UCF20 engine because of that.
Yeah. Oh.
Can we put the service bolts in the scissor gears?
Do you have some floating around?
Yeah, how am I going to get them in? I can get that one in. Can I get the other one in?
Just roll it, can you roll it around? Just put the...
Yeah, you remember that the engine doesn't turn over. And if I turn the heads over, clash with valves, things will break. Things will bend. This one's at the bottom. That one's just going to have to
got
go.
no interference?
This is the Gen 2 engine.
So it's not.
So it's interference.
Oh, okay.
It's got the light. See, this has got the little pencil rods in it.
Oh, yes, that's right.
This has got little rods.
It's got the little ones. See. Cool.
We'll just let the cams go pop.
Yeah.
Yep. I do know how to line them back up. Oh, the goat's making noise. Self-moving goats again.
Self-moving goat.
Self-moving goats.
The best type of goat.
Oh, I haven't cracked that one.
Sorry?
I hadn't cracked that one.
These ready to come out, caps?
Yep.
Are you going to mark them or not?
We're just going to put them straight back on. Basically, take them off. Lift the head. Or do you want to get the diagram? Or you want to get the engraver?
Oh, if we're chucking them straight back on.
We'll just stick them straight back on. Take them out. We'll drop the cams out.
Yep.
And put them straight back in. 14s, eh? Multi-hex 14.
Oh, do you want a rattle gun to do that? I've got a big one.
Sure thing.
Hang on. Got one. There you go. Now you got sauce.
Holy jeez! That'll crack them all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, it did the mains, no worries. Yeah, I'll use that after you.
Put them in the right place. So this is the clean head.
Yeah, because it's the PCV.
It's a non-PCV side. It's yours.
That's all I'm done. Cool.
This has still got cams in it. Yep, let's get that one off, eh? And then we'll... It smells funky.
It does.
Smells like a very old engine. Still doesn't explain the new silicon
Yeah.
on the sump.
Yep.
We got all of it?
That one.
That one's been fretting a little bit.
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay, let's put those caps back on. Here she comes.
Yep.
There it is.
Oh, yep.
And there it is.
Yep. Sweet.
That one seems to be a lot lower. Can you tell if you hold this? So I reckon it's that one.
Yep.
Yep, it's that one.
This one here?
That's the one.
Cool.
So all I can really see is some funny marks on the top of that piston. It's kind of weird, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And just turned it off and went to start it and it wouldn't start. Did it have a lung full of water? But then where did the water go? And there's no rust in there at all. No rust marks like when you normally get water in it.
Yeah. I know what those look like.
You know what those look like?
Yes.
You know what rust looks like, marks? They look ugly. Are we going with its iron tight?
Iron tight.
Yeah. How did this rod bend? Just turned it off. Turned it off, went to start, it wouldn't start. Rods don't just bend when when it's sitting there.
Yeah. Stranger things have happened. Okay.
I just thought I'd throw that one away. I didn't like it.
Oh,
What'd you do with the washer?
it just fell in there.
I've got the magnet. You're trying to be helpful.
You'll see it soon anyway.
So I went in this side with the camera.
Roll it over and have a look.
You can see where I've been in there with the camera. And I didn't see anything weird.
There's a gasket.
That's this side. Yeah, it's this. Like, it's not really obvious if there's a problem here. But it's pretty obvious that the rotor's not looking healthy. You might as well throw that one out. Have a bit of a look.
Well, you want to pop it? You want to pop it? Pop it out.
If we can.
There we go.
We've got to get in there. We've got to undo the bolts.
That one there. So yeah, it was that other side.
Yep. I was on the right one.
Yep. She's a bit wavy. It's waving at me, so I'll just wave back at it. Wavy, wavy. That's good, eh?
It's actually, what I think it's done is it's slammed.
Is it tight?
It's actually slammed the crank right on the bottom of the piston. So it won't go either way.
Oh, so it's all the way bottomed out.
It's right smack on the bottom of the piston.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an idea. No, I got it.
Yeah, put the pole on it.
We'll show how to not. We'll show how not to use spanners.
It's not catching on anything. It'll go. Put a bit of baby oil on it, it'll go. Yep, there you go.
This is only stainless pipe. Oh, there we go. Oh, woo! Well done.
that was
And it's actually pushing it down.
Can you get the bolt out though?
It won't matter.
Yeah.
As long as the piston comes out, the bolt doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The
But
piston is actually trying to fall out. Get your hammer. Just give it a little bit of a tappy tap. Okay, give it a little bit more than a little tappy tap. Oh. Ooh. Does it move now?
Yeah.
Move. The crankshaft moves! Woohoo!
Can I just do that from there?
Here you go. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Look at that! Jeepers, that's a good riff, isn't
It
it?
seems to be bent.
It's not just bent that way. It's bent that
Yeah,
way.
it's got the big twister because it had nowhere to go, so it's done the multi
It's got
bend.
the big.
That's awesome. Oh, it's all good now. The crank is mint. The crank is mint.
What does it roll like now?
I reckon it'll turn over fine.
Yeah, probably.
We find a rod. Got a set of rings and bearings in it. It's going to go. I wonder where my proper... Oh, my special bolt is in my high ace van.
For what?
My crankshaft pulley bolt.
I would have a spare one in my tray.
I've got... Well, no, what I'm meaning is I've got one that screws in the front.
And here.
I've got a short one.
Yeah, we know that. We know you've got a short one.
I've got a short bolt that screws in the front.
You left yourself wide open for that. I wasn't going to let that one slide.
It's very nice to work out what's wrong with it. And it turns out it's a sweetheart.
Oh, yep. Cool. Nice.
So whether we do
Get a rod, put a set of bearings in it.
rod, rings and bearings, or we buy an engine, it's probably about the same amount of money.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Gasket sets a bit more, but at least you know what you've got. How's the bearing? It's not bad.
It's not terrible.
It's been a little bit hammered.
You can see it stopped.
Yeah, it stopped right there.
Yeah, it stopped right there. What's the actual crank line, is it?
Should I go get a... So that's a little rod. I'll go get a big rod.
Are there some down there?
What's this, Hayden?
Oh, mate, Rodney.
Rodney.
Oh, mate. Wow.
That's the little Gen 2 rod. And that's the big Gen what? Did I say it was a Gen 2? Yeah, I said it was a Gen 2.
Yeah, you said it was a Gen 2.
This is the little Gen 2 rod. And this is the big Gen 1 rod. There's actually nothing wrong with the Gen 2 rods. This one is bent, so it's probably got a problem. Probably. No, probably. It's buggered. It's stuffed. And a lot of people go on about the big rods being better and blah, blah, blah. If you're building an NA engine, you want lighter. You want less reciprocating mass. So in fact, you want lighter rods and lighter pistons. This one, we've got to come up with a plan. I don't have a plan because we've just pulled it apart. I'll be talking to the owner and we shall continue.